Well, hi everyone. Welcome back. I am very pleased to be introducing today's second demo of the day, Scale Your Coaching Program with Optify. Now, joining us from Optify are founder Pam Krulitz and customer experience lead Mariana Yates. So, passing it over to you, Pam and Mariana.
Great. Thank you, Bianca. Appreciate it. We're really glad to be here today and appreciate you spending part of your Monday learning more about Optify and how we can help scale coaching and leadership development with our platform. Um, I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm a founder of Optify. I've been a coach for over 20 years, and I'm also the head of product. And prior to coaching, my background was in software development. I like to say I have brought together the two halves of my brain and the two halves of my life to create the Optify platform. And I'm here with my colleague, Mariana Yates, who's going to introduce herself.
Thanks, Pam, and hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. I'm the customer experience lead at Optify. My role is all about making sure customers feel supported from the first time they log in to the moment they see real impact from their coaching initiatives. I'm really excited to introduce you to Optify today and show you how we can help bring your coaching vision to life. Looking forward to it.
Great. Thanks, Mariana. Okay. So I wanted to start with just a simple idea, and that is that coaching transforms leaders, and those leaders can elevate organizations. So as a coach, as I mentioned, I've been a coach for over 20 years. I've really seen firsthand what coaching can do for leaders. It can help them develop confidence, it can help them gain clarity, set a strong vision or direction for their organization and their team, improve relationships, all possible when leaders work in that dedicated one-on-one partnership with a coach who can really help draw out the best in them. And when leaders help step up with the help of a coach, they can take on more responsibility. They can elevate engagement. Their retention scores can improve. There are lots of benefits in a real tangible way to coaching. And as you probably all know, I'm preaching to the choir here. The research shows over and over again that stronger leaders really do drive better bottom line results. So, and yet, in most organizations, fewer than 1% of leaders receive professional coaching. That is kind of across the board. Some industries are a little bit higher than that, but in general, it's fewer than 1% in most organizations. And of those who do receive coaching, most of them are at the senior, very senior levels or executive levels of the organization. We feel like it's a real missed opportunity. Um, so what about the other folks who might benefit from coaching? What about emerging leaders? They're critical to driving results. What about the managers that are leading frontline teams where a lot of the work is getting done? And what about high potentials that you don't want to lose and who really value that opportunity for development and working with a coach? And what about the future executives that you're going to count on for carrying the leadership of the organization forward? All of these populations are missing out typically because they don't have access to coaching, and organizations, I believe, are suffering because of it. So that is why we started Optify. We really saw the impact that coaching can have, and we wanted it to get it to people earlier in their careers and lower down in the organization. And so we had this vision. We imagined that organizations could offer coaching to every leader, not just executives, so they could lead better, they can grow faster, they could make a real impact. Where leadership development wasn't just reserved for a few, but it was scaled across the many. So we really wanted to create this developmental opportunity that's personalized with that one-on-one partnership with a coach. It's applicable to real life. When you have a coach, the leaders can really apply what they're learning immediately. It's sustainable. It's deeper work than most other forms of development. You can measure the impact that it's having, and then we really wanted it to be scalable. And so that's what we created with Optify. So scaling coaching is hard. When you think about offering coaching to hundreds or thousands of leaders, it can be a little bit overwhelming, like the guy in the picture. It can be time consuming, it can be expensive, it can be really hard to show ROI. And I know most organizations are under pressure to develop leaders faster and to prove that it's working. So at Optify, we started the company with in providing coaching services, scaled coaching services. And we built our platform for our own use. I like to say we were our own first customer. And with that, we learned how to use a platform to help us scale coaching programs. And then a few years ago, we decided that we would make it available to others on a subscription basis. And that's where we are now with our offerings to help others scale coaching as well. So there are really two ways that you can do that. One is through the platform, and we have a model where you can, a subscription model where you can license the platform for yourself. It's white labeled, so you can use it on your own programs, and you can use it to power all of the internal or external coaching that you have going on as an organization. We also offer full leadership development solutions that are integrated with coaching and other modalities to create really robust learning and development, leadership development programs. And that's more of a services model. So we have both available right now. So with our platform, I like to say you can do it your way. It can be white labeled for your own brand, your own organization. You can put internal or external coaches on the platform. So if you have a cadre of coaches, internal coaches, external coaches that you're used to using, you can bring them into our platform that you're licensing and enable them to have all of the benefits of being matched with great clients and all of the benefits that you'll see shortly. The other option is to put leaders as coach on. We have a couple of organizations are doing that where they're trying to build a coaching culture throughout the organization. And so having their leaders in there as coaches with all of the tools available can be very powerful. When you use the Optify platform, you can design programs your way. They can be programs for on-demand coaching. They could be succession planning. It could be just 10 coaching meetings, or it could be a fully integrated leadership development experience. So whatever use case you have, the platform can help enable that. And you can also use your leadership models and assessments. So if you have competency models and you want those reinforced in the coaching and leadership development programs, you can bake those in and see which competencies are most frequently being addressed and developed. And you can see the progress that's being made toward them. And you can use your assessments as well. So it's a very powerful platform that you can use for yourself. Or the other alternative is to partner with us fully to create customized integrated leadership programs. They're cohort-based, so you're getting the benefit of having people working with each other, with other leaders across the organization. We bring our expert coaches. We have a tremendous group of coaches with leadership experience, and they're all ICF certified. We develop leadership content to make sure it's matching your organization's needs, your culture. And then at the end of the day, we're always measuring outcomes. All of it is delivered through these fully managed programs and enabled by the Optify platform. It could be, like I said, succession planning. It could be a culture change initiative. It could be supporting DEI, perhaps onboarding or leadership transitions. All of those are possible. And so I just wanted to share a quick case study with you to show you that it does work. And we've experienced this just in the last year ourselves. We've partnered with Ferrara Candy Company. Anyone a Nerds Gummy Clusters trolley fan, you've been having Ferrara's products, even if you weren't aware that that was who was behind them. They make lots and lots of wonderful candies and confections. They really wanted to foster a stronger leadership culture in their manufacturing facilities, both in the US and in Mexico. And so they identified 250 participants from site directors all the way down to supervisors to participate in a leadership development program that we ended up delivering. They had a self-assessment. They went to workshops. We had 4 workshops over the course of about 6 months. They had shadowing experiences and they got one-on-one coaching. All of it was managed through the Optify platform, and we couldn't have done it without it. The results they saw were tremendous. Leadership courage was something they really wanted to emphasize in this program. They wanted their leaders to kind of step into their leadership role more fully, and they did that. The increase in leadership courage was 27.5% just during this program. 85% of people reported that they improved their leadership. And we're about to embark on phase 2 with almost 600 leaders. So that can show you the impact that we had there. Again, all of it enabled by our coaching platform. So we wanted to tell you a little bit more about the platform. It enables you to really manage the full life cycle of a coaching or leadership development program, from design of programs in a very customized and personalized way. You can connect coaches and clients using our AI coach matcher. The coaches and clients engage in their learning experience, and then we can measure outcomes at the end. And that platform really serves as the foundation for all of that. So it serves 4 different audiences. We have the coaches and clients who are engaging together. We have a full library of learning resources, over 200 learning resources that they can take advantage of. It creates a sense of accountability between the coaches and the clients, and keeps them on track. They can schedule. There's a lot of features that really keep them focused and on track with coaching. The administrators love our platform. It helps streamline their work. It helps them measure results, report results, understand progress all along the way. And all of this is done in a very confidential way. So as a coach, I'm very aware of confidentiality, and we baked that into the platform at every turn. And then finally, sponsors who might just want to have some visibility into the progress, who's participating, where are we moving the needle? They can gain visibility as well to the platform. So it serves all 4 audiences. And the process is basically to design these very tailored custom programs to bring coaches and clients into that program. And then again, to match them up using our sophisticated AI. This is a new feature. We are fully on the AI bandwagon and have the ability to use AI to match coaches and clients. It can really understand the essence of the coach and the client to make sure that we're getting a good fit there. And then they engage together in coaching meetings and scheduling, really easy scheduling, in setting goals and all of the learning assignments, as I mentioned. They have a container of information that keeps them on track and makes the coaching even more robust, while still keeping that very personal nature of the one-on-one nature of it and the human element of coaching, as we like to say in this day of an age of AI. There's still true benefit to having a human on the other end, and to have that partnership. We find that that's when the real magic happens. And lastly, we check the boxes. So there are a lot of things that you usually have to do if you're bringing new software into an organization. And we like to say we check those boxes. From a security standpoint, we're SOC 2 certified. We are accessible through browsers on any device, including mobile devices. We have single sign-on available. We have APIs with event and engagement information. That's always a big winner for data analytics. And we have full support for implementation, AI chat. Our AI chat responder can answer about 80% of questions now, and it will interpret any language, basically. So we have any language support and tremendous results from our support team that Mariana leads. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mariana, who's going to show you the platform in living color.
Thank you so much, Pam.
Yeah.
So we know that coaching should feel personal, easy, and impactful. That's what we believe here at Optify. We are here to help companies create coaching experiences that fit their goals, connect clients with the right coaches, keep everything running smoothly, and show the difference that it is making along the way. And really, it's about more than just a platform. It's about creating space for people to grow. So I'm going to walk you through how Optify helps make that happen for organizations. We're going to go through some basic functionalities of the platform. And we're going to start where every great coaching program begins, the design piece. This is where you lay the groundwork and you set the tone for the experience you are about to create. If you ever run a coaching program before, you know that no two are the same. One size doesn't fit at all. That's why Optify gives you the flexibility to build your own way. You start by setting up the basics, the program name, timeline, the format, what type of meetings this specific program is going to have. Group sessions, are they going to be one-on-one meetings or are there going to be surveys? This is going to be your foundation, and it starts right here within the overview. This is where you communicate the program plan to both coaches and clients. And then you begin layer in the important moments. What's included within this program? Workshops, group sessions, kickoff events, one-on-one meetings, surveys. So here is where the magic starts to happen. Everything is going to be syncing with calendar. So all of the events that you add will be synced with coaches and client calendars. There will be no endless emails trying to coordinate times between coaches and participants, and it's all managed right here. And as you can see, there are other tabs at the top that allows you to further customize programs. There's a place for resources where you can add handouts, videos, assessments that you might want to share with coaches and clients. Also, you can upload them right there along with coaching topics, as you can see there. Uh, Coaching topics allow you to add focus areas for this program that you might want to report as well. Maybe it's leadership, communication, or navigating change. So those coaching topics can be customized and added to the program. And then within the questionnaire, you get to know your participants before they even begin. You can customize an intake questionnaire where clients can let coaches know about their goals, challenges, preferred coaching style. And this is going to set the stage for deeper, more meaningful coaching. And then finally, you can fine-tune your program further in settings. You can adjust permissions, session tracking, anything else to make sure everything works the way you need it to will be done right there in settings. I have seen organizations use this flexibility to run programs that combine workshops with individual coaching, add surveys after each coach meeting, and they really love how this helps keep everything connected without feeling complicated. And then once the program is designed, it is time to connect people. And let's be honest, this is where the heart of coaching really lives, the relationship between coach and participant. This is what makes or breaks a coaching program. And this is where Optify makes things easy. So you can handpick matches yourself, coach by coach. So you can select which coach you want to add to a program, or you can ask the AI to give you a hand. You can type in a quick note. Let's say I'm looking for a leadership coach who speaks Spanish. And the AI will search through your list of coaches, make suggestions, and provide a rationale explaining why. And then you can simply add those coaches to the program based on the criteria you have set. And sometimes the best approach is letting participants choose their own coach. That's an option too. So the platform is very flexible. You can add coaches to the program and allow participants to select their coach, your call. And I've worked with teams who love the control of manual pairing while others prefer the ease of automation. And honestly, having both options is a bit of a game changer. And think about your last coaching program. Did pairing take place? Did pairing take more time than it should have, or finding the right coach, pairing them with the client based on their needs? Did that take a while? Or maybe you weren't quite sure if you got the right fit. So the AI tool really helps taking the guesswork out of the equation. Okay, so this is also available within the platform. And then once you have built your program, connected your people, what's next? Engagement. Because once coaching starts, you need to keep everything running smoothly. And that's where Optify's all-in-one setup makes a huge, huge difference. So participants can book their fit calls directly through the platform to get to know who their coach is going to be, to select who their coach is going to be. So all of this is done right there from the platform. Coaches set their availability and the participants pick a day and time that works for them. No back and forth emails, just simple scheduling right through the platform. And after that, everything stays secure: sessions, notes, progress tracking. Coaches and participants always know where to go, what's next, and how things are progressing. As you can see here, client or coaching participant provides information for a questionnaire that, again, the coach will have all of this information here. And again, this keeps everything together. So the focus stays on growth, not logistics. I personally love hearing from coaches on how easy it is to schedule meetings, right? And how everything happens in one place. So that's what we're going for here at Optify. Easy, seamless, and organized coaching programs, and all secure and shared with the right people. And then finally, we all know you can't improve what you cannot measure. You want to know if your coaching programs are making an impact, and Optify gives you the tools to see exactly that. So here is what it looks like, the dashboard. It gives you a real-time snapshot, engagement levels, the impact for your sessions, attendance, goal progress based on surveys that you add to the platform and add to the coaching meetings. You know who's showing up and how they're doing right here. If you need to share this information with your team, you can. You can pull reports that highlight wins and areas where you might want to dig deeper. And if you need to adjust the program along the way, the data is right here to guide you. I have seen organizations use these insights to refine their approach, maybe adding workshops when engagement dips or shifting focus areas where goals are met. And it's not just about collecting data, it's about using it to keep making your coaching programs better. So imagine running a program where you can constantly show the impact and make changes on the fly when you need to. So again, this dashboard gives you exactly that. And that's how Optify helps you build coaching programs that work, from design to connection, engagement to measurement. It's all about creating a coaching experience that's personal, flexible, and impactful, simple to set up, easy to manage, and powerful enough to make a difference. So with that, I like to check in and see if we have any questions that Pen and I can answer. Bianca.
Yeah, well, Pam has been doing an amazing job of answering in the chat. So thank you, Pam. We only have a few questions, but people keep popping them in because we got time to get more than a few of these. We have a question. Is the cost driven by the number of sessions per user to be coached, or by a subscription of how many coaches they need per employee? How does that work? Or some other way? Oh, Pam, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
We've
so
all been there.
we have, as I said, the two options. One is a subscription to our software platform. That's based on the number of active coaches and clients on the platform, irrespective of how many meetings they're holding. So we have tiers that that drive the pricing for that based on number of active coaches and clients. For our coaching services, it is more based on the number of meetings, how involved the coaches are going to be. If we're doing workshops, it's basically a services pricing model. If we're doing the full service solutions.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Question about the assessment. Who's filling out the surveys and assessment? Is it manual by coaches, or is there some AI insights in that part of the process?
Let's see. So we have surveys that can be made available to the coaches. We also have surveys that can be made available to the clients. So it's typically the clients completing the survey, assessing their progress toward their goals, the impact that they've had on the organization because of the leadership development experience, the feedback on the coach. We gather all of that information through our tools, through our surveys from the client, and then we have those dashboards that Mariana showed you to share results of that. We also have, we can survey the coaches along the way as well to get their input and feedback on the experience. So all of that is possible. It's very flexible. We've recognized from the beginning that different organizations were going to have different needs, especially in terms of surveys and measuring results. So we've created a flexible way to incorporate different ways of doing that.
All right. So for the matching algorithms,
Mhm.
can someone input their career frameworks or competency models from their company into your platform?
Yes, exactly. So when I mentioned we call them coaching topics, but it really could be a competency model that describes the capabilities, the development focus that the organization would like people to have during the coaching experience. And then at the end of the coaching, or even along the way, you can see how often each of those coaching competency or each of those leadership competencies is being addressed in coaching meetings. And you can also they can tag their goals to those coaching competencies as well. So it really reinforces the organization's competency model, and makes it your own,
Yeah.
really. Mhm.
Well, you have teed up the next question kind of perfectly, because someone asked, because the system is so customized,
Yeah,
what's the typical start time from start to implementation?
that's
Just
a
roughly.
great question. Mariana, do you want to answer that?
Absolutely. So we are very flexible. We work on our client's timeline and what works for them. It also depends on the size of the company as well. But again, the implementation is tailored to what you need. It can be if for implementations that are a little bit more complex, it can take a little while, but it will work on your timeline. We have an amazing team. It can help you make sure that you get the best out of the platform and customize your coaching programs based on what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would really range from like 1 month to a few months if it's more complex.
Yes.
Mhm.
Perfect. It's always nice to know when you're getting started with these things. All
Yes.
right, I've got one last question here. Uh, where do you get the data about effectiveness in roles? Is this something that comes from the participant self-reported effectiveness, or maybe from
Mhm.
some other sources, or maybe more than one?
Yes. In the case study that I talked about, we did pre and post assessments, meaning we did an assessment at the beginning of the program, the end of the program to gauge self-reported um, change in leadership effectiveness. And that was where that data came from. We used the Leadership Circle Profile Manager Edition in that situation. And the platform helped us distribute and get all of that feedback through those tools at the beginning and the end. Um, yeah, and that's generally where it comes from. We can integrate lots of different surveys or assessments, or at least give access to those assessments through the platform, so that you can gauge some of that impact.
Fantastic. Always
Mm.
nice to know where the data is coming from.
Yeah.
Now, we're reaching the end of our session here today. So, Pam, Mariana, someone wants to get in touch with you. I see you've got the Optify information up here on the screen. Is there not any other ways that people should get in touch with you, or is this the best possible way?
You can do that. And then Joy put in the chat both of our email addresses as well. So you can get in touch with us there too.